This is going to be a braking system overview for my 1984 Ford Thunderbird. So the braking system on this car originally is a front disc rear drum. That's not what it currently has, but this would be the rear drum setup that it had from factory, where there's a wheel cylinder and it has one anchor, so it is a servo action type drum brake. The fronts are a caliper that slides on the bracket. The caliper here would slide on the, it would slide on the steering knuckle, and it has these two locating pins, and those are what locate it, and it slides on those, as opposed to a floating style caliper, which has been swapped into the rear of this vehicle. This is a floating style where there are two slide pins in the caliper, and the caliper actually slides on these pins and moves back and forth. This caliper on the rear has an integrated parking brake back here, where on the spring there would normally be a cable, and it would push on this and push the piston out to apply the parking brake. This vehicle has a foot operated parking brake, can't see that very well, and on the dash it has a brake lamp. The only thing that turns the brake lamp on in this car is the pressure differential switch right here, and a switch by the parking brake. When you apply it, it turns the lamp on. This car has an all steel master cylinder, or all metal I should say, with a plastic diaphragm like most modern ones. The only difference being that this one is not see-through like many modern systems today. In this car, the combination block, which includes the metering valve and the proportioning valve, had to be changed because this car has rear disc as opposed to the rear drum that came factory on it. So you have a smaller diameter from factory. So you don't need the metering valve because there are discs in the back. You don't need to wait for them to apply like you do with a front disc rear drum. So you just need a different proportioning valve to correctly proportion the pressure going to the rear, so the front and rear have the appropriate forces going to them.